Who has blessed me. It's not the first, but Hashem, it should not be the last. To rebuild in Yerushalayim HaKodesh. And Mit Hashem, this child, Ze'akotin Gavlier. And as it was the way we teach our old children, and the way our mothers taught us, the first pasuk that we say is Shema Yisrael, 6 words. In those 6 words, we give over to our children everything that is important in our lives. Yud Gimel Ikrim are found in those words. Shema HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I hear, I made a choice. Yisrael, I'm not an individual. I'm part of this beautiful nation called Klal Yisrael. Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch, I believe in you. You're the creator. You run the world with deep genius and love. HaKadosh Baruch Elokeinu. Elokeinu is Gematria HaTeva. You run the world beautifully, hidden through nature. Hashem Echad. The world is going somewhere. Ani Ma'amin Be'emunah Shalema, says Rashi and Ves Chanan. Az efach la'am yisafa berua v'kakum b'shem Hashem v'hay Hashem l'melech kol haaretz b'yomu hu Hashem echad u'shmo echad. And with that, the child will say this every morning and every evening for the rest of his life, the rest of her life, pass on to the next generation. And we'll hope that we're zeicha, that on our last day, on our 120th birthday, surrounded with Einiklach and great-grandchildren and great-grandchildren, we return a pure neshama with those 6 words of the Shema Yisrael, that my life is stood for something. It's the same Shema that is said in every corner of the world throughout the Deiros. Every morning when millions of words are being printed and millions of words are being said, a Yid goes back to these 6 ever-powerful words. But Rabbi side, there's another Shema. It's the Shema of Rabbi Akiva. The Shema of the Gadol Adar, surrounded by his Talmidim, who are watching their beloved Rebbe being tortured to death. And they say, Ad Kan, how much should a Yid suffer? Rabbi Akiva's Shema is Shema, Ich bin a Yid. Yisrael, Mika Amcha Yisrael. In the darkest moments, we turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu without questions. And we see HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem Elokeinu. Elokeinu is the hidden God. Elokeinu is the Hester Panim Eibishter. Elokeinu is the Eibishter that sometimes we don't understand. Let's filter, what does he want from us? Why is there so much suffering? And b'chol zayis, we scream and we give our neshamas back al Kiddush Hashem, like Yidden have done throughout the history, and we scream out the words Hashem Echad. That the same Eibishter that we have questioned, the same Eibishter that we know is Kulei Ava. And this is the koyach of a Yid. That in the darkest moments where we're standing now, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of Yidden, pure Yidden, with Heilige Neshamas. They were brought in here, and they were slaughtered, and they were thrown into this place. And all they had with their last koiches was to tap into the Kedusha of Rabbi Akiva and say the words of the Shema. So I'm asking you, Rabbi Sai, let's say the Shema, Rabbi Akiva dik. Let's say the Shema, Kedusha Hashem dik. Let's say HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A little bit we should be zeicha, a little to understand the heilige koiches of means b'chol nafshecha.
We will say Shema now, just to continue the thought Menachem just spoke about Rabbi Akiva. The Ben Ish Chai asks the question. Rabbi Akiva says that I'm waiting for that day of when I'm going to be able to say the Ahavta, to say the Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. A little bit difficult to understand that day worked out with what Rabbi Akiva says that I finally am able to say it. And the Ben Ish Chai says that he said it for 40 days in a row. And every day he didn't know when he was going to die. And every day he had that hope, maybe I'll have an extra day. And he went on for 40 days saying the Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, until the last day, Hashem took his life. As we are going to say the pasuk now, our goal is to show that we are being Moshe Nefesh, our lives for Hashem. We should all at this moment be makabel on ourselves to do better, to be better. We've seen how much suffering we've suffered. We've got to become better. We have to change. Hashem wants from us something. There has to be something that we can do a little bit better in our tefillah, a little bit better in our avodas Hashem, to reach the potential that our grandparents, they were Moshe Nefesh. They gave their lives over for Hashem. Where's our Mesiras Nefesh? What are we doing? How are we changing? Let's use this opportunity now as we say the Shema Yisrael. Like we say it at the end of Yom Kippur, our coming year is going to be a different year. Have we actually changed?